Hi there, so today I'm going to be doing a video on what's the difference between vector and bitmap graphics. So why did I choose this subject? I was asked this by one of my students, and I figured if one person doesn't know it, there's probably others that don't either. Here in Photoshop you can see a photograph of my keyring that I took earlier. This is a bitmap image. A bitmap is the opposite of a vector image and is an image such as a photograph, scan or digital painting which is composed of many tiny parts called pixels. Pixels are different colours and it's possible in programs such as Photoshop to zoom in to edit each individual one. Bitmap graphics can be large files as the computer has to store information about every single pixel. When you resize a bitmap graphic, it generally loses quality, especially if you zoom in or increase the size of it. This is often referred to as a loss of resolution and is often called being pixelated. Generally it looks pretty nasty. The way to get around this is to always save the images at a high enough resolution or size to match the purpose. It's always better to scale down than scale up. This does, however, sometimes result in larger files, so depending on what you're working on, a vector graphic may be more appropriate. So here in Illustrator you can see a cartoon stylized version of the same keyring that I took a photograph for the bitmap image. This, however, is a vector image. A vector graphic is an image created directly within digital graphic packages such as Illustrator or CAD, and they consist of shapes called objects. Each of these objects can be edited separately, and you can change the shape, colour, size or position of the objects. Even if an object within a vector graphic is quite large, the file size is often very small, because vector objects, unlike bitmaps, don't have to store the information for every pixel. Vector graphics are also scalable. When they are resized, either larger or smaller, they do not lose any of their quality. If you're not sure whether an image should be a bitmap or a vector, you can ask yourself, does the image need to be resized? Does the image need to be drawn to scale such as a CAD plan? Does the image need to look real? Do you have any restrictions on file size? And what software are you using? Different types of software handle different types of images, and some that deal with website or document publishing can handle both. Here in Flash you can see a file which is using both vector and bitmap images. The bitmap of a photograph of a stripy background is on the stage in Flash, whereas the vector graphic you saw earlier sits in front as a little character. Some of the software which commonly deals with bitmaps are Photoshop, Paint, ArtRage, Corel Painter, Adobe Fireworks, Flash, Corel Photo Paint, Photoshop Elements, GNU Image Manipulation Program, commonly known as GIMP, and programs that render out video and photo stills such as Premiere, After Effects. Alternatively, some programs that deal with vectors are, for example, Adobe Illustrator, Corel Draw, Adobe Freehand, Flash, Jask WebDraw, Logo Ease, and CAD. So because I'm very nice for you guys, I made a handy cheat sheet which should be downloadable. If it's not, email me and I'll get it to you. And just outlining what the difference between a bitmap and a vector graphic is. This chart just shows the kind of differences that I've covered in the video. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thanks for watching. Cheers.